Little story about a great big fraud. Guy buys two cement trucks with borrowed cash, sells them on the black market halfway around the world. Everybody loses. And there's nobody to arrest because the guy who pulled off this $1 million crime doesn't exist. Confused, sober police. It's like something out of a movie.
He's a phantom, an apparition, second cousin to Harvey the Rat. I conjured him out of thin air. He doesn't exist, except on paper. Hey, you can't just make a person up. Sure you can. You know how the system works, where the cracks are. Ah!
There's nothing that exists. Again, we sort of use the analogy of a little puff smoke. That's about all that you're ever going to find.
For the past 4 years, Detective Constable Mike Kelly has been filling in the cracks with the Toronto Police Service, uncovering an old scam with a new twist. It's all about creating identities, fake names on real credit cards, lots of credit cards, and real driver's licenses. Bank robbers with dark ambitions go well beyond fraud and who vanish easily before police come looking because they never existed in the first place.
This is properly issued government ID paired with a pre-existing years-old credit rating. This is something new. This is very easy to overlook. From an Equifax perspective, we estimate it could be up to $1 billion industry.
John Russo is Vice President of Equifax, one of the biggest credit agencies in Canada, and one of the few in the secretive world of Canadian finance willing to talk about the elephant in the room. Why is synthetic identity fraud so different from conventional identity fraud, where I steal your license and I masquerade as you?
The difference is I exist, the fictitious identity doesn't. So I'm able to complain to the police. Whereas fictitious identity is more lucrative because there's no one there to complain. It's a faceless, victimless crime. And by the time the institutions find out there's something suspicious, they're already out with the money and moving on to another province to commit the same crime.
The shimmering towers of Canada's financial capital. All steel and security, they appear impregnable, but they're not. And the barbarians aren't just at the gate. Some are in the vault. And they didn't break in. They walk in. Like these two. They brought synthetic fraud to the attention of Canada's largest police force 5 years ago after strolling into this Toronto bank. On the right is the handler. He's managing the scam. To his left, call him the face. Come to get a bank account and a credit card in the name of Mr. Murad Ali. It went so well, here he is a month later now calling himself Fraz Ali at the very same bank. Synthetic fraudsters need nerve. And luck. Theirs ran out when a sharp teller recognized Ali's two names. And just look what police found in his wallet when he confessed all on video.
4 credit cards. 2 debit cards. Driver's license, social insurance card, a citizenship card.
In all, 21 genuine cards and 2 fake names.
For Murad Ali cards. What do you have in the name of Murad Ali?
I can tell you that I have like 3 debit cards,
Okay.
1 Murad, and 3 MasterCards.
2 Mastercards.
And Ali here, he's just one of many lured into selling his face, his time, and signature for false promises of a big payday from a handler.
You need to come into this fraud thing to make to steal somebody's ID, like somebody's name and my photo was there. So he really convinced that this everything is legal. They're going to make legal passports, legal driver license, SIN number, and MasterCard from everything we do legal.
So what do we have here? We have money, we have people, we have machinery moving all over the globe. And again, this, again, you sort of track it back to various early days of two knuckleheads walking through the downtown Westmont Bay. And you have two knuckleheads investigating it. It's all off the police. And you realize that you stumbled on something that's actually really important by doing nothing more.
As one of just a handful of cops in Canada specializing in synthetic crime, Detective Kelly and his partners tell financial experts like these how they uncovered $25 billion in fraud and 1,000 suspect identities, all bent on wounding businesses just like theirs.
The original evidence in 1997. The term that we've been using is sort of infinite mischief. There's literally no limit to the types of things and the amounts of things, the amount of damage that can be caused to each and every sort of sector that you can possibly think of: banks, government bureaucracies, police agencies, insurance, car lenders, everybody.
Infinite mischief, infinite damage.
Absolutely.
And the potential is sinister, says Dr. Kalyani Munshani, an expert on financial crime.
For example, you can actually go and create, let's say, a corporation. To use a synthetic identity to register. The directors can be synthetic identities. Those addresses where you are can be a safe house. So those uses can be multiple.
Which brings us back. Corporate bank loans never repaid by a synthetic identity at a synthetic company. And here they are, on a rail car for shipping to Dubai, where they were sold on the black market. The synthetic identity then reported them stolen and collected the insurance too. All of it made possible by legitimate documents in fictitious names. Police seized all these cars in Windsor, Ontario, each a viable synthetic identity, thanks to a loophole in the system that records every application for credit, even if it's refused. But rejection at one institution only opens the doors to another.
In the off chance that they do actually do their due diligence and check with Equifax or TransUnion or whomever and say, is there a record of Mr. X with this date of birth? The fact that there was a rejection on file for it served as an existing record, and they'd say, well, yes, there is a record for it. And then they'd be issued an original line of basically on-date credit.
And here's what happens when they get it, revealed in ledgers seized by police, showing regular purchases and repayments, all designed to make the fictitious cardholder seem real. Some are caught, many more are not.
We've seen over $300 million stopped from going out the door. That was savings. Fraud was stopped at the door. But there's perhaps 2 or 3 lying dormant in accounts and portfolios that are waiting to bust out.
So you're talking about potential losses approaching $1 billion a year?
That's what we estimate.
How would you characterize the growth in synthetic identity fraud that you're seeing in this country?
So what we've seen is it's growing exponentially. It's a 200 a month. Rose last year to about 500-600. Now we're looking at 1,000 per month. Different names. You'd be surprised the names the criminals use. Robert and so busy.
And then there's server froze. The name's so absurd it could find it worked. Police think this guy's English is poor and he misread his handlers, which is how an IT term appears as names on one of his 9 different Ontario driver's licenses.
Yeah, this is actually one license that you got to be looked. They actually get the name of server froze. There's nobody here to discover it. You're creating it out of thin air. This is something that you're just inventing. There is no server froze. There is no server froze. There was nobody named server froze. There never was somebody born into this world named server froze. Server froze wasn't born in Ontario. He never came to Canada. But server froze existed on paper.
This office in Orangeville near Toronto issued licenses to more than 100 synthetic identities, some of them more than once, like our friend Ali Keenan. The clerks behind the counter apparently didn't realize the same guys just kept showing up.
After that, we went to get equipment to get credit history for the person. And then after we spoke on the bank account, we opened many different bank accounts like CIBC or Shira and BMO.
Police suspected an inside job here. They charged the people, but a judge disagreed, suggesting it could have been an oversight due to heavy workload. In which case, the workload of these places across Ontario must have been extraordinary. Undiscovered and just waiting to be exploited.
Depends who you speak to. If you talk to people in hushed corners, some will tell you that it's tens of thousands. Others will tell you hundreds. Others will tell you as many as a million. My guess is, like anything else, I'll play it diplomatic and play it down the middle, a couple 100,000 floating around here in Ontario.
Isn't that troubling? Is the system potentially compromised?
I don't know if the system is potentially compromised, but human frailty is nothing new, and it's not going away.
200,000 synthetic driver's licenses in the hands of people hiding behind fake identities. And like Ali Two Names, some also have Canadian passports, which take synthetic fraud in an ominous new direction overseas. Police have uncovered synthetic fraud involving airline tickets between New York, Toronto, and Pakistan, a high-risk state in a world of global security. And synthetic people on no-fly lists. You don't have to worry so much when they've got passports and false names. Could synthetic identity be about more than fast bucks and symmetrics?
I'm thinking that it's going to something overseas that is positive.
So using synthetic identities, safe houses can be established. Cars can be rented. Heavy vehicles can be bought. International travel can be facilitated. Restricted goods can be bought without any flags being raised. This is not conventional crime. This is more leaning towards terrorism, I believe, not just merely revenue generation.
Kalyani Manshani holds a PhD in financial crime. She calls synthetic fraud a game changer that Canada is not prepared for. Are the laws we thought we brought in to combat terrorism not as effective as they were to?
Not given this new crime. Certainly not given this new crime.
What kinds of things are more exposed now than they were before this particular crime began to get traction?
All reporting entities, anything to do with societal crime within the context of terrorism, not just money laundering and terrorism, but terrorism itself.
Does that worry you?
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it like any human being on earth, knowing that there is this huge amount of money that is flowing to destinations which you're not aware of, in your own backyard, like safe houses you put up by people you're not aware of. You don't know the size of this group of individuals, but all you know is that they're highly financially sophisticated. They know how the departments work, government departments, what the access points are, what the weaknesses are. They seem to know a lot of things. I think it worry anyone.
What this is going in terms of international terrorism is only getting bigger. Where could this go?
So I don't know where it's going to end up, but all I know is this requires immediate attention. This is extremely serious, and it's been ignored for way too long.
Does that worry you as a policeman?
It worries me a great deal. Not only as a policeman, as somebody who lives here. I don't think anything good comes from somebody in an organization hoovering tens of millions of dollars out of a legitimate economy and feeding some form of organized crime, particularly one that operates overseas.
A point Kelly drives home wherever he gets the chance.
The nature of fraud is sort of changing. Fraud is sometimes a means to an end, but it also could be a furtherance of other criminal acts. So if you have something that's 70 feet long, weighing 80,000 pounds, the driver is server froze, and are you really all that confident when it's being transported down the road?
Infinite mischief indeed. Rick McInnes, CBC News, Toronto.